Okay, so let's now work on line 2 of Rock City. These notes are going to be a little bit higher. We're doing lower notes. Now this is going to be sort of like in the middle strings that we're going to focus on. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, so here I'm just going to play it for you. And I'm going to take the same format as we talked about before, just on the half notes. I'm going to say note in between the notes. So here's the second line. 2 0 2 0 2 note 0 note 2 0 rest open 2 note rest. So we got a few things to talk about in here. So it has the first two lines with the rhythm is exactly the same. If you look on that staff above, you'll see 1, 2, 3, 4 quarter notes, which means they all get one beat each, and then 2 half notes. The one that looks like a quarter note, but they're solid. So that's the ones where we just play the note, and then say note. So, and the tabs are pretty straightforward. Just play 2 0 2 on the D string, then open on the G string, and then 2 on the G string also. Now don't mix this up. A lot of times what happens is you see 2 0 2 0. And the student will hesitate because there's a line there. This will be sort of like this. Don't hesitate. It goes right into that. So think of this almost as one whole ongoing line. 0 2 0 2. Kind of throw that together. 2 0 2 on the D string, 0 2 on the G string, or string number 3. So 2 0 2 and then 0 2 on the G string, 2 0 2 on D, 0 2 on the G string, 2 0 2 0 2, and then you say no, then just hit the open, no. 2 0 2 0 2 no 0 no 2 0 2 0 2 no 0 no. Very much like the very first line as far as rhythms. Yes, the notes are a little bit different, but that's pretty easy. 2 0 2 and then 0 2 on the G string. Now, the next one, we're going to stay on this fret. So we have 2 0 2, then 0 2, and then 2 no 0 no. So you just fretted, the last note you fretted was on that G string. The next note we're going to come back down is we're going to hit that 2 again. So we had 2 no 0 no. Then you play basically that same thing. So we had 2 0 2 0 2 no 0 no 2 0. You can play another 2 0. The first time we did it half notes. 2 no 0 no 2 no. And after you do that, there's a little squiggly line. That's a quarter note rest. You see a squiggly? Just know that's a quarter note rest, and it's worth one beat. Now what you do with that is you got to make sure you stop it from ringing. So you got 2 0 rest, and then what you do is you take this part of your palm and then put it right over your strings. Don't just take your hand that's all curved and put it on the strings like that. You got to make sure you fan your hand out, and then that little meaty portion of your palm is going to go right across the strings. So let's 2 0 rest, 2 0 rest, and then the last two notes is 0 3 on, or 0 2 on the D string. So it's 2 0 rest, then open 2 no, and that's on the D string. 0, 2, 0 on the G string, then our rest. Then we go to the D string and play open 2. 2, 0, rest, open 2. Now, if you go a little bit further at the end of that line, you see on one of the lines is this little rectangle that's and it's filled in. That's sitting above that line. That is what's called a half note rest. So in that measure, we have a 2, which is worth 2 beats. We just go no, then because it's a rest, we gotta stop it. 2, 2, no, rest. And then what you can do is you can probably say note 2 if you want. You go 2, no, rest, no. Or you can just say rest, rest. 2, no, rest, rest. Whatever you want to do. Just you want to make sure you count out 2 beats for that rest also. So then you take that whole second half. This is the tricky part. 2, 0, rest, open. Oh, sorry, I went up too low. You got to start here in the G string. 2, 0, rest, open 2, no, rest, no. 2, 0, rest, open 2, no, rest, no. Just keep doing that over and over again, and you'll get it. Put it all together from the very beginning of that line. 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, no, 0, no. Stay on the string. 2, 0, rest. Open 2, no, rest. No. Again. 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, no, 0, no. 2, 0, rest. Open 2, no, rest. No. Again. 2, 0, 2, 0, 2, no, 0, no. 2, no, rest. Open 2, no, rest. No. And there is line 2 of Rock City. So work on that, get that down really well, and then put those two together, line 1 and line 2, when you got line 2 down really well. And definitely any one of these, grab the backing track and then just loop those sections individually. But then once you get these two going good, go all the way from the beginning. Remember, you have to actually bring over the, if you're going to set the loops, bring it over just a smidge to the 1, 0, 1, and then push A on the player. And then you just let it run to the end of, say, the first measure, and then maybe a little bit further. And then go ahead and just keep looping that, practice that. Do the same thing with the second one, and then go back and keep it at 0, 1. You're probably going to have to reset it and then put just 0, 1 again. And then go ahead to the end of line 2. Now you can practice line 1 and line 2 all together over and over again. And when you can do that pretty well, then it's time to move on to the next sections. And yep, so put some work into that, and we'll see you there.